way.
Good. Um, can you explain your decision to stand pat and maybe something you could be doing in the future?
Well, but I think it reflects that we like this group, and Billy obviously said it all along. We just waiting for guys to come back from injuries to get this group together because we had a short sample of 16 games. Most of our guys healthy. That doesn't include Patrick. And those 16 games were top 5 in offense and defense. So we liked what we looked like when everyone was healthy. So hopefully to get this group back and see what we can do.
Thank you.
Joe Kelly, go ahead.
Arturas, how you doing?
How are you, Joe?
Good. Hey, on a day like this, when there's so many moving parts with teams that are kind of in your area code in the Eastern Conference and kind of atop that Eastern Conference, is it hard to stay patient? Does that kind of make you rethink things, or do you have to stick to a plan no matter what the parts around you are doing or the teams around you are doing? How hard is that to navigate, and how difficult was that to see some of these teams, kind of put all the chips on the table?
Well, I mean, we were pretty busy last trade deadline. We were pretty busy this summer. So we made a lot of changes. We pretty much looking for continuity. This group shown that, we can compete in Eastern Conference, and our record reflects it. We were, taking calls, but basically the mutual feeling was with all our group was that let's get our guys back. We're going to have enough time, in the regular season to see what this group can do when they're all healthy.
Andy Sullivan, go ahead.
Yeah, Arturas, just the fact that the core group has played so few games together, how much did that factor in terms of the urgency to make a trade or not make a trade?
Well, that's what I'm saying is, like, when the sample size is so small, I think we wanted to see what we look like when we're all healthy, and I think that sample size showed that we're pretty good. Since December 2nd, we weren't. When you lose guys like Alex and Lonzo and guys like Javante, like you lose your, you don't have Patrick. There's a defensive identity that you lose, and that's what we need to get better for the rest of the year. But until that first week of December, we were in top 5 defenses in the league. So, we evaluated our group, and I think we're going to have to wait a little bit until the guys get healthy, and we'll see what we can do when they come back.
Thanks.
JC, go ahead with the next one.
Hi, Arturas. I'm wondering, given where you guys are at with the tax this year and with Zach due up this summer, what kind of financial restrictions you felt, if any, while you were assessing what to do? In other words, like if the right deal had presented itself that would have impacted either of those, would have you felt comfortable presenting it to ownership?
Well, every factor. I mean, there's a lot of things go into decision making, but I think we were happy with the group. Even the guys that our two ways that come in the games, and our roster guys, our off the bench guys, they've done a tremendous job. DeMar and Zach, all stars this year, which we're proud of them. What they are doing on the floor when they're healthy, it's amazing. And obviously, Vooch is a huge part of that in what we do. He's averaging 18 and 12, and again, once we can get Lonzo, Alex, Patrick and Derek back, I think we're very competitive in the East.
I had a quick follow up on DeMar. Has he
Sure.
what has impressed you or pleased you the most about his performance this season, and has he exceeded your expectations?
Uh, Up until now, and then what he's actually doing, like yesterday was watching a Charlotte game, and that he leads actually the league in scoring in the month of February. I mean, what he's doing every night, it's amazing. And now to get Zach back from missing a couple games, it's also tremendous to see them both out there. So I think we're proud of DeMar and Zach making that All-Star, and Ayo making the rising star game, and as a rookie. So there's a lot of great stories out there, and I think in our success, everyone on this roster participated, and I'm proud of that roster.
Thanks, Arturas.
Jamal, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Arturas, you obviously mentioned liking this group and wanting to keep it together here to not trade anything away. But I'm kind of interested in your thoughts on the buyout market. Do you think that there's a chance for you to be aggressive in that?
Well, when the dust settles after trade deadline, I think we're going to look at some things, but we'll see what happens, what's going to present. And I think depends who we're going to have available. Obviously, leading to the All-Star game. I think we got four games to go. We need to close that strong, and we'll see what happens.
Rob Schaefer, go ahead.
Yeah, Arturas, just on Patrick, I know at the time of the surgery it was announced as a 4 to 6 month timeline. We're coming up on 4 months of that. I know you guys wanted to not rush him or do anything like that, but do you guys have any additional clarity of an updated timeline for him as you kind of gear up for the stretch run here?
No, he's working extremely hard, during this recovery, and at some point, I think you're going to see him this year. So in terms of timeline, we don't have one for now. Just, we don't want to put any pressure on Patrick or us to bring him back. I think, but there's a lot of positive things. He's around our guys. He's working every day, and I'm glad to see him there on the floor.
Paul Sullivan, go ahead, please.
Hi, Arturas. Listening to DeMar the other night after the Sixers game, he pretty much suggested that he didn't think that the players really needed anyone. I'm kind of paraphrasing him, but does that factor into your thinking? Do you talk to the players or gauge what they think about what they need? Well,
this group has mutual feelings about where we at, and Billy included, and our players, is that our record 34-21 is pretty good in the East, and we've done it shorthanded. So in order to add players, I think we're going to just use our injury reserves, the ones that are going to come back, and I think we're going to be a good group, getting Zoe and getting Alex and getting Patrick and getting Derek back. I think that's what we're looking forward to as a group.
Mike McGraw, go ahead.
Hey, Arturas, said heading into this trade deadline, did you have any kind of a wish list, more height, another veteran, anything like that?
No, my wish list was to get healthy. That's primary reason for us, not doing anything. And again, we're gonna, there's some time still. We got a little bit to wait, but I think hopefully when we get all healthy, we're gonna have whole group out there and see what we got.
Sam Smith, go ahead.
Arturas, you've been around long enough to see a lot of deadlines. What, as an outsider, since you didn't make any moves, what view of what you saw around the league, how dramatic, and do you think the land has changed at all?
No, I mean, I think there's certain dynamics change, right? Because now, 20 teams think they in, and probably 4 or 6 think that they can still get in the playoffs. I think dynamics change. I thought the trade deadline was pretty quiet compared to other seasons. I think so. And again, the teams, look at their rosters if they're happy and where they are, depending on on the standings. And in our situation, we were happy where we were, and by getting those guys back, we're going to be much better. So we just, like I said, that's how we evaluated, and that's how we looked at the trade deadline this year.
Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, Arturas, I just wanted to follow up on something Casey asked earlier about the luxury tax. Obviously, it didn't come into play at this trade deadline, but moving forward, if you guys do have any moves or scenarios in front of you where you would have to go over that line, do you expect that you would have ownership's approval on that?
Again, we're going to evaluate as always. And we'll see what we can do. I think for the past 9 months, we were pretty aggressive with this group. We're all about winning. And I think, when the opportunity will present itself, I think we're going to evaluate that. And that's it.
Casey, go ahead.
Arturas, I thought the buzzer going off during the luxury tax answer was a nice touch by you. Well done.
Yeah.
I was hoping you could just comment, because you don't speak a lot publicly, just on the job that Billy Donovan and his staff have done. I know you praised him at the end of last season, but this season has presented a whole new set of challenges. And from our perspective, what we hear from players is just his level of consistency and his positive approach have been immeasurable helps with your success. So I was hoping you could address that dynamic as well as his on-court acumen.
Well, he's done an unbelievable job this year, and it's just easy to have a partner like that come to work every day, looking forward, walking in, and he can walk in my office anytime. I can walk in his, and we can spend hours talking about our team and how we played yesterday and what we can do better. So he's been unbelievable for me and for our organization, and obviously for you guys. I don't even know how he does that, sometimes 2 or 3 times per day. But again, this one is initiated, and we thought it's a good idea, to kind of talk to you, because I haven't talked to you. I miss you. I can't see you in person that much, so that's a good session for us.
All right, we'll get you 2 or 3 times tomorrow. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Same
go
answers.
ahead.
Casey,
Marshall.
same answers.
Marshall, go ahead with the next one, please.
I was just curious because you mentioned the success of your guys having 2 guys in the All-Star game, of course, Ayo in the Rising Stars game. Can you just comment on the type of season that Ayo is having, especially because of where he was selected, the value that you guys got with that pick?
Well, he's been very impressive, and I think when our training camp started, we kind of got a feel that this kid is going to find ways to get on the floor and get minutes, and he just progressed and got better with every month. And then when we were shorthanded, he was really tested and has done a tremendous job. So, well deserved, made a, obviously rookie game, and I couldn't tell you enough in terms of praises, what kind of person he is and competitive player that he is.